Is Google Meet still a viable option for video live conferencing in 2024? Let's find out more in today's video. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Steph here. First of all, I would like to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year, and may 2024 be a year of great health, wealth and happiness for all of you. In this video, I will share my personal experiences with using Google Meet for my corporate clients. So hopefully you can pick up something along the way that resonates with how you use Google Meet for your meetings. As we all know, the rise in usage of video conferencing has increased tremendously over the last 3 years due to COVID, and almost everyone had to use video conferencing as a means of communication, which led to the rise of popular platforms such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and more. Now that the world is back to normal, has the demand for video conferencing services dropped, or has it become a norm nowadays? For me, the answer is yes and no. Yes, because now you can meet your colleagues or friends face to face. There no longer has to be a compulsory need to use video conferencing programs to communicate with each other. No, because after COVID, the world realized there is actually a huge demand for such services worldwide. And these companies such as Zoom, Microsoft and Google upped their game to upgrade their video conferencing platforms to be at the forefront of this particular industry. For some people, the thought of using such services still presents a challenge to them. So in today's video, I'll be talking about how to use Google Meet easily, and everyone should be able to use without any difficulties. So there are a few ways that you can run Google Meet. One way is to log in through your Google Gmail account, and then under the Google Apps button here, you can click on it and see Meet here. Click on it and it will actually bring you to the Google Meet website. Another way, which is simply going to the Google Meet website, meet.google.com, is what we will do today. So this brings you to a very clean looking and simple landing page. If you want to start or create a Google meeting, you can click on the new meeting here. Or if you have a Google Meet code or link, which was sent to you by your colleagues or friends, you can paste it here and click join. For our video today, I'll be talking about creating a Google meeting. So let's just click on new meeting. Now you see 3 options that come up. The first option is to create a meeting for later, which means that Google will give you a link that you can copy and send it to whoever you want to join the meeting later. So you can mouse over this icon and copy the link, and then either paste it in an email or send it via instant text messaging like WhatsApp or SMS. So we'll now skip to the third option first. So once you click on schedule in Google Calendar, it automatically opens up a new tab and you can add in a title. Say for example, we just put discussion for Q2 finances. And then under here, you can see the date that you want to schedule the Google meeting. So we'll just put it for 20th of February. We'll leave it as 4:30 p.m. and then time zone, we'll leave it in Singapore because we are right now in Singapore. So it's event details, you will join with Google Meet, then you can add your location and you can send a notification 30 minutes before the start time of the Google Meet, which is 4 p.m. And then this is the organizer, and under here you can just key in any description or details that you will need. So for us, we'll just put this is a discussion for our finances in Q2. On the right hand side, you can add your guests. We'll just put an example. This is my other account. And then you can give your guests permissions to modify, invite others or see the guest list. We don't usually put modify event because if you are the creator, you will not want your guests be able to modify the event. So once you click on save, there's actually an option that pops up to ask you if you want to send invitation emails to your guests. So for this, we'll click send so that you inform them of an upcoming Google Meet. So now in our calendar, we can go to the 20th of February. Under 4:30 p.m, we can see that it has been scheduled. So for all the guests who have received your invitation and accepted it, it will be in their Google Calendar. And then when you click on it, you can actually join immediately. And now we go back to the second option, which is to start an instant meeting. In real life cases, we don't exactly start an instant meeting and expect everyone to be available and join at this moment, right? In more uncommon cases will be like your boss or colleagues want to have an emergency meeting, or maybe you were chatting with your friends via text messaging and then you guys decided to get on a video conference call together. That would work nicely. So right now we'll go ahead to start an instant meeting. As you can see, right now we are in the Google Meet. So as you can see on here, on this side, there's actually a pop-up that says your meeting is ready, and if you want to add others into the meeting. So what happens typically is probably you missed out on adding someone like your colleague from another department. You want to add them into the meeting right now, you can click on add others and then key in their email addresses. Or you can copy the link here and send it to them via their email address. So now I'll briefly run through what are the icons here at the bottom, as you can see. So the first icon is microphone. So when you click it off, so what I just said is when you click on it, it actually mutes you. And one thing to note on this side here, you can see there's actually a blue icon that is actually blinking. So if your audio is working properly on your computer or laptop, there's actually the bars that actually move. See, when I don't talk, it doesn't move. So that's actually for you to take note whether you're actually talking in the meeting. So the next option is to turn off the camera. So right now we are using the laptop camera, which is this one. And then when we click it off, it will just show the icon. So also do take note that this circular shadow thing works for audio as well. So as you can see, I'm speaking right now, although you cannot see me, but the audio is audible. So we are back here. So the third option here is actually captions. So this is actually quite amazing. So it actually auto captions what you are talking. So let's see how accurate this is. Actually, it's pretty accurate. So now I'm talking to the camera, to my audience, and everyone here is joining the Google Meet. I want to check if the captioning is accurate. So I hope it is accurate. It is. So yeah, it's pretty accurate. So for people who wish to take notes, or if they are unable to actually hear your Google Meet, they can actually click on the captions on. You can actually click on the captions on, and then these people can actually off the sound on their end because probably they are in public or something and they are not able to talk or hear what you're talking. So this captioning is very useful for these people. So we go ahead to turn this off. And then the next icon is actually sending a reaction. So this is actually something like what you do for WhatsApp messaging or text messaging. Like for example, if someone says something which is good, you can probably put a thumbs up, and then you can see at this side, the icon goes up. Or if someone cracks a joke or is funny, you can actually put laughter. Or if someone gives a bad suggestion, you might want to thumbs down to him. So yeah, so that's actually the reaction. So the fourth icon is present now. In most other apps, you know it as sharing a screen or presenting a screen. So in this option, when you click on it, you have the option of sharing your tab, Chrome tab. As you can see, I have a few tabs open right now. You can share your window, or you can share your entire screen, which is inclusive of the computer as well. Do take note on this is that if you want to share the tab audio, you have to toggle this on. So for example, if you want to go to a YouTube to share a video, you have to make sure that this is checked on, because otherwise those people looking at your screen won't be able to hear the audio. Also do take note that for window and entire screen, you are not able to share the audio. You're only able to do that on the Google Chrome tab that you are sharing. So let's say, for example, I want to share my calendar, and then I click on share. So as you can see, there's a notification here that says sharing this tab to everybody. And then once you're done, you can click on stop sharing. Now let's go back to our Google Meet. Okay, the icon next is a raised hand. So what happens is, for example, if someone is speaking in your Google Meet and you want to politely ask a question, so you can actually click on the raised hand, and then there's a bottom, as you can see, right? It has been notified. So it's very smart because Google realized that you have said something, and then it automatically lowers the hand for you. So maybe let me give an example of how it works. So for example, if I am the speaker, I'm the organizer, I'm talking, and I see someone raising the hand, I would probably say, okay, Steph, you have something to say. And then once Google detects that you have started speaking, which is myself, it's a bit confusing, but that's how it actually works. And then the icon will be will disappear. So if there are more people raising hand, the icons on this side will actually stack up, and then I know who wants to talk, and then I'll just bring him on to the Google Meet. So the next icon here, the 3 dots, is actually more options. So what we have discussed so far, the 6 icons here, are the more commonly used icons that we experience during meetings. So if you want more advanced options, you can actually click on this 3 dots here. And then here you have a list of options. So the first one is a whiteboard. So what happens for whiteboard is you can actually open it up, and then you can draw on it or doodle on it. So let's take a look at what happens when we click on whiteboard. So this opens up an option. Then you can write something, like probably you can say, good idea. Okay, sorry, I'm using my trackpad, so it's a little bit, this is like a good idea. So for here, after you are done, you can actually share to other people. Once they are done with the meeting, you can share it with them. And then if you want to go to another page, you can just write. For me myself, I don't really use the whiteboard, but just briefly describing that this is a possible option for you to scribble something. So once we are done with whiteboarding, then you can change your layout. Okay, this is pretty interesting because, okay, for example, we don't have any other guests here, but you can see from the small preview here, it's automatically set to auto mode, which means that whoever joins, it will just automatically place them, lay them out nicely across the screen. And then for the tiled option, you can see it's being separated nicely and evenly. So for example, if you have 16 guests, it will be a 4x4 layout. Okay, for spotlight, if say a team of 5 people get into the meeting, and then one of them is the boss, you can actually spotlight the boss throughout the whole meeting, and then everyone will only see the boss. You can see from this little viewer here, there are no other people inside. So when you log in, you can only see the boss. This is pretty common for some live streams that I've done in the past, where the boss comes in, and it is a town hall meeting. So the boss comes up and it's the start of the year. He wants to discuss what are the plans, what are the ideas and other things that he wants to discuss, and it will only be the boss that is talking, so he will be spotlighted throughout the whole meeting. For the sidebar, you can see, so there'll be a main guy that's talking, and then the other attendees are at the side. So we just leave it as auto for now. Next up, full screen is pretty obvious. When you click on full screen, it's just going to be full screen, and when you are done, you can actually click on escape to go back to your window screen. So for this picture-in-picture, it's actually pretty interesting because it opens up another small window at the corner, while you can let you do other things here in the main window on this side. So once we are done, you can click on this to bring the call back, and then you're back to the main screen. Okay, the next option is to apply visual effects. It's very interesting because right now, sometimes you can see my background is not that clean, or for example, if you want to get into an important call with the big bosses, you do not want to let them know that you are in your house because you are working from home, right? But you might, I don't know, you might be in the office but you're working from home and whatnot. So there's an option to blur your background here. So when I click on it, you can see it's slightly blurred, or you can blur even more. So this is what you can see. It's not pretty sharp here. So, and then you have the option to add your own personal background, or you can add a professional background. So for example, if I'm at home, I want to say that I'm in the office, I can look, I'm in the office. It's so nice. But then you realize that a lot of other people have the same background as well, and the boss will know that you are probably at home. And you have other options that you can actually figure out. You can have filters, you can add a hat. I don't know what this is about. Let's see. Wow. This is so amazing. I've never knew that this option works. So I can be a robot, I can be a feathery dinosaur. Oh my god, this is so amazing. Yeah, you can have a lot of options here. You can put in costumes or whatnot. Let's just get back. How do I become myself again? I don't know how to get back. Oh, here. Okay, so now I know how I can turn off the visual effects here just by removing them all. Alright, I'm back. I'm no longer a robot or a feathery dinosaur. Okay, so once you're done with effects, appearance, okay, I will not go into detail. You can figure it out yourself here. And then you have advanced settings. Okay, there's another one, turn on captions, which is actually the same as this one here. And then you have other report a problem, abuse and stuff. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is settings. When you go into settings, you actually have the option of changing your audio or video settings. So for microphone, if for example you have a better USB mic connected to your laptop, you can have the option here. Similarly for video as well. Right now I'm using the FaceTime HD camera. So for example, if I have a webcam, the option will be here as well. As you can see, the resolution is not so good using the default camera on my laptop. Other general settings, not that important. Captions, reactions, and then you can just play by ear. Okay, the last part I want to talk about is the icons at the bottom corner here. So meeting details, you can still copy the information here. For example, this thing to note is probably, okay, for example, the meeting has started and then someone from the other department calls you, hey Steph, I want to get into the meeting, how do I get the link? So this is where you can actually do a quick copy, and then go into the email to send it to them or send them via text messaging or something. The next icon here is actually showing everybody who's in this chat. So right now there's only just me, and if there are more people in this chat, you will see their names down here. And then the amazing thing is you can do actions to these people. So you can pin them, or you can actually mute them or turn off their video because you are the moderator. And similarly, you can add people here as well. So for this is chat with everyone, so it's just like a messaging service. So for example, if I want to send a link, okay, so for example today I say okay, for you guys who want to visit what I just talked about, you can actually go to this website, stephleefilms.com, and then this is just a messaging service. The fourth icon is actually activities. So this, as you can see earlier, we have whiteboarding here. We have whiteboarding, so it's available. Other services, other activities are actually only available on the premium account. So we don't have that here. And the last one is host controls. Okay, host controls is actually pretty important to note. So host management is here. As you can see, it's default to let everyone share their screen, send chat messages, send reactions, everything is default. If you want to change any of these settings, you have to click on this icon here, and then you will be able to configure. So for example, you do not want anyone in the chat to talk, so you can turn off the microphone here. And then you do not want anybody to show their faces, so you can turn off their video here. And then this option about host must join before anyone else. What I've learned from example and from experience is that sometimes the hosts want to get in to prepare for the meeting. So for example, our meeting starts at 4:30, right? I want to come in at say 4:15 to test my sound, to test maybe if I want to share some PowerPoint slides, if I want to share anything. For example, if I have a schedule, a rundown from 4:30 to 5:30, then I want to do a test run. So I would check on this. So I must join before anyone else can come in. So from 4:15 when I come in to 4:30, no one else can join except for myself. So that's pretty much about it. And of course, the last button here in red is to leave the call. So once you click on it, we'll see what happens, okay? So it has an option to ask you whether you just want to leave the call or end the call for everyone. Okay, this option is only available if you are the host, so you can end the call for everyone. But if you are just a participant, it will just allow you to leave the call. So if I click on leave the call now, you will see what everyone else sees as a participant. So as you can see, it says you have left the meeting. So for example, if you click it by accident, you can rejoin it, or you can return to your home screen. So for example, if you accidentally join, if you accidentally exit. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay, so when I click on this part now, it actually shows you what happens when you want to join the meeting. It's different from what we were showing earlier because we were the host. So if you are ready to join, you click on join now. And then a very interesting thing to note here, you have the options here for your sound, for your speaker, and for your video. So if you want to join the meeting muted, you can actually turn off your microphone. And if you do not want to show your face, you can just turn off the camera. And then with your mic off and your camera off, you can join the meeting. See? So now you cannot hear anything or see anything. So if you want to turn on your microphone, you can click on here and then turn on your video here. So right now we will just leave the call. So there you have it. A beginner's guide to using Google Meet in 2024. Pretty simple, right? I hope that after watching this video, you'll be able to use Google Meet easily for all your video conferencing needs. Before I end this video, I would like to say it really means a lot to me if you found any of the information I shared today useful, and if you can give this video a like. So it encourages me to continue making such videos or other videos for you. If not, feel free to leave them in the comments below so I can work on my future video content to bring you something that you like. Also, if you find any information on this channel useful at all, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell to get the latest updates. And as always, if you have any questions, please let me know. And wishing everyone a prosperous 2024.